Welcome to our series of short presentations intended for staff who interact with pediatric residents. This information is intended to help you as we transition to competency by design. In this brief presentation, we will review the meaning of EPA. EPA stands for Entrustable Professional Activities. An EPA is a key task of pediatrics that you can trust a resident to do on their own after they have demonstrated competence. In other words, we watch a resident attempt a task and learn what they are able to do. If they demonstrate that they're able to do the task, then we trust them to do this activity in the future on their own. A milestone is a small, specific task. For example, writing a prescription for a patient is a small, specific, observable milestone. EPAs are collections of milestones. A professional activity of writing orders for a patient includes multiple related milestones, such as medication and nutrition orders, and also communicating the plan to other team members and to the family. An EPA integrates multiple tasks and multiple CanMed roles into a complete activity. This is an example of an EPA and its associated milestones. This is a feedback form. This EPA is titled Composing and Communicating Pediatric Specific Orders. You can see the list of milestones down the left. Across the top is an entrustment scale. A competent resident is expected to be able to do this task with all the milestones at the I needed to be there just in case or I didn't need to be there level. Milestones allow us to target our coaching to where residents need more work in order to obtain competency in that skill. EPAs for pediatric trainees will be developed by the Royal College. They are broad and intended for use in a variety of clinical situations. We will not have rotation-specific EPAs. EPAs are linked to a specific stage of training, not to the specific block rotations. As residents progress through training, the EPAs become more complex. For example, during transition to discipline, residents work on an EPA of completing, presenting, and documenting a basic history and physical. This specific EPA does not include diagnosis, treatment plan, or communicating the plan. At more advanced stage of training, we expect residents to be able to take on more complex activities, such as resuscitation and stabilization of critically ill children. In our current system, as supervisors, we evaluate residents against rotation-specific objectives. In competency-based system, we will evaluate EPAs that are tied to one of the 4 stages of training. We need to directly observe residents do an activity and provide feedback on their performance. Residents will collect a number of feedback forms about each EPA. This is not a pass-fail single-point observation, but rather a chance to receive feedback and repeat a skill to develop competency at that activity. Each time you observe a resident and complete a feedback form, you can use the milestones to direct your coaching. By directly observing a resident attempt an EPA, we can assess what they actually can do. As residents gain competency, they will demonstrate that they can do a skill without assistance. By completing a collection of EPAs, residents will successfully pass from one stage of training to the next. To summarize, EPA stands for Entrustable Professional Activity. A professional activity is a package of specific skills, and the specific skills are called milestones. When a resident has demonstrated competency in an activity, they can be entrusted to do this activity without direct observation. That's the end of this presentation.